All right, welcome back, Spartans. We got some TCG news to look at, some more TCG news, I know. But this is very exciting. Actually, some really cool stuff to look at. First thing I want to talk about is that they revealed what the promos are going to be for the Celestial Storm pre-releases that are actually coming up in just a couple weeks. And they're looking pretty good. As you can see in the picture right there, we have a Kyogre, a Manectric, a Celesteela, and a Delcatty. Now, just to kind of recap really quick, because I don't think, actually, to be honest with you, I don't think I've talked about any of these cards yet. But just to give you an idea of what they do, in case you are not going to pause and look at and read the cards, Kyogre that has an attack for 2 energy, 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. For 3 energy, does 120 damage, but it can't attack during the next turn, or at least it can't use that specific attack the next turn. Manectric has an ability that if it's in your hand and you're going second, you can set it up face down on your as your active Pokemon or on your bench, kind of like how Talonflame was from I think it was Fates Collide. I think he was that Talonflame was from, and it's got an attack double charge for 40, but you get to attach 2 basic energy cards from your deck to one of your bench Pokemon, or is it discard pile? Let me double check just to make sure. From your hand. Sorry, I was wrong on both cases. It's from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Then you have Celesteela, 5 energy attack, 160 damage. But if there's a total of 6 prize cards remaining between you and your opponent, then the attack only needs 1 metal energy, and you still do that 160 damage. Delcatty over there on the side, not a great attack. 40 is all it does. But it has an interesting ability, Search for Friends. When you evolve into that Delcatty, then you can look into your discard pile for up to 2 supporter cards and put them straight into your hand. So every single one of these cards has their own unique kind of niche in which Kyogre does bench damage, great. Manectric, you get to start right away with stage 1 and be able to accelerate energy. Celesteela, awesome high attack. Obviously, with the condition of the prizes, though, for 1 metal energy, it's amazing. And then Delcatty is that you get to put supporter cards into your hand and just use those supporter cards again, or use one of those supporter cards. So, good stuff here. But the way I see these promos, because I know a lot of people rank these promos as to, what should you get? What is like the must-have? I like to kind of rank them in the sense of what use do they have as far as the pre-release goes. Because if we're talking like just standard competitive, the order is a bit different. Some people would probably see Kyogre on the lesser end of the rank as opposed to the higher end, which I think would be for the pre-release. So let me kind of explain it as I rank them. In my opinion, I honestly think Delcatty is the least is the not wanted promo, the least wanted promo out of all 4. And the reason for that is that in a pre-release, if you've been to one, you would know that you play mostly energy cards and you just keep drawing through those energy cards and you barely go into any supporters. You barely use any, and even if you reuse those supporters, it doesn't really do you any good. So there's really no need to get supporters from your discard pile and then to play them again. Delcatty is just not a must-have promo for a pre-release event. Now, for a competitive standard deck, it's something to consider, and it would rank higher. But if we're just talking playing in the pre-release alone, Delcatty, I would say, is number 4 on my list. Number 3 would probably be Celesteela. As awesome of an attack it is, it's an expensive energy attack. Energy cost for it. 5 energy. Sure, 4 of them are colorless, but we're not necessarily. I don't think there's a double colorless energy reprint in this set, so it's not like we're gonna run into those. And the condition of the 6 prize cards, technically between the 2 of you, you would have 8, but it would be a while till you get down to the total of 6, because then you take out your opponent's Pokemon, sure, but then you have to take out another one. Unless they took out a GX, that's great, but then I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just think Celesteela is just not worth it as far as a pre-release goes. I think there are better things out there than that. That's why Celesteela ranks third on my list. Number 2 would be a Kyogre. Now, Kyogre, I think, is a little bit more ideal in the sense that it only takes up 2 energy, and you could start attacking your opponent's bench as opposed to your opponent's active, or maybe you could attack your opponent's active. The thing is, I just feel like spreading the damage during a pre-release event is better than just kind of building up to one strong attack, especially early on, because you can get 2 energies on pretty, like, within the 2 turns that you're playing in this pre-release, and sometimes your opponents are playing Pokemon that take up to like 2 or 3, and sometimes those Pokemon aren't like strong Pokemon or like heavy hitters. But if you're able to do some bench damage while attacking the active, I just feel like that puts more pressure and it becomes more overwhelming for your opponent than anything else. And you just add 1 more extra energy the following turn, and you can just do 120 damage with Kyogre. So I think Kyogre ranks number 2 on my list. I think it's definitely worth it. And plus, it's a cool looking promo. I mean, I really like the art behind the Kyogre. And then, obviously, at number 1 would be the Manectric. Only because you could start it right away. A stage 1 with 110 HP, not bad. But the fact that you can lay down some energy while attacking is good. Especially since now that I acknowledge it's from your hand you have to attach energies. In a pre-release, you always have so much energy in your hand anyway. So if you have some pretty strong Pokemon on your bench, you could start charging up right away with the Manectric and just kind of go at it and just have this like overwhelming army on your side of the field, and your opponent's just not going to know what to do. They're not going to be sure if they can catch up. Maybe you can power up a Celesteela in the meantime. Who knows? But yeah, I think Manectric is definitely number 1. So keep an eye out for those. I know you guys probably have your own separate like rankings, but I feel pretty comfortable with mine. Delcatty number 4, Celesteela 3, Kyogre 2, and Manectric 1. All right, so those are just pre-release promos. A couple of product images to kind of take a look at. Along with the Dragon Majesty set that we're getting, like I said before, it's a special set, comes with its own special products, kind of like Shiny Legends and Generations had. We are looking at what's called the Legends of Unova GX collection, coming with both Reshiram and a Zekrom GX. So you get both of these GX cards. You get that legendary Pokemon promo like we did for the Forces of Nature box and the Legends of Johto collection box. And you get 5 of these booster packs, which is actually really, really nice. Now, as far as how much this is going to cost, it doesn't say anything here. I would imagine, let's see, if you're thinking maybe $5 a pack, 25, 30, probably somewhere between $30 and $40. I would imagine this box is going to be probably more on the end of the $40 range. You get the booster packs, the TCGO card, the Jumbo card. I don't think it comes with a pin or anything else, but still, it's a nice looking box. I like the art that they got going for it. I like the kind of logo they got with the dragon, kind of have that little font style going to it. I like it. I like it all. Definitely worth looking into. But the more exciting product that I think is fantastic. Now, this is not the final artwork, I think, for it, but this is the Supreme Powers Collection box for the Dragon Majesty set. Not only do you get, I think it's 7 or 8, I think, of the booster packs for Dragon Majesty. Not only do you get the Jumbo card of a Dragonite GX, which is pretty cool, but you get 2 hyper rare cards in this set. Hyper rare cards are some of the most difficult cards to collect. Now I'm talking on the collector standpoint here. They're just so hard because they're very rare to come by in a booster pack, and they're really expensive when you want to buy them singly, especially if they're even the least expensive one I think is $7 or $8, I think, and that's a Wishy-Washy GX. But most of the Rainbow Rare cards or the Hyper Rare cards come in ranges of 12 all the way up to well, I don't know if you want to count Charizard, because Charizard is like a $180 card, but like 12 and up, it's 12 to like $60, $70. It's ridiculous. It's nuts. So being able to get 2 out of this set automatically, because there's not a whole lot of GX cards in this set. I think we have the Reshiram and I think the Zekrom, obviously. After that, I don't think there's much else to collect hyper rare wise. So being able to knock 2 out of that set is a good thing for collectors, that's for sure. So I'm really happy. I'm really excited they did that. And they picked 2 of the best Pokemon, I think, out of that set. The Kingdra and the Dragonite. And Dragonite's always a fan favorite. So this box is definitely going to be worth picking up. You should not pass up this box. As far as the cost, this is I don't know how expensive this one's going to get, to be honest with you. Because you're looking at, what, 7, 8 booster packs. So that's like 40, 35, 40 bucks right there. But then you get the 2 hyper rares. I would probably think that this box would be somewhere between $60 and $70. I know a lot of our bigger boxes, like the Ho-Oh box for Shining Legends and the Mewtwo one, were like $100, I think, or $80 or something like that. But they did contain more. This one doesn't look like it's going to come with some sort of art book or some sort of, there's no like pin or anything like that. It's just a booster packs of 2 hyper rare cards. So I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit less than that. I would be surprised if they try to charge the same amount, but I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not a very good, I guess, predictor of these things, but yeah, you can't pass up this box. This is just awesome looking. You get the 2 hyper rare cards. That's what I'm most excited for. And yeah, it's great. It's great. And then you can take a look at what they do right here. I think I've already talked about these cards before, but definitely worth it. And then that's going to be all the news as far as the TCG goes is concerned. Nothing else really. I mean, there is a lot of merchandise that got released. I don't know if you guys ever want me to take a look into that. It's up to you. Let me know down in the comments. And then video game wise, we're just kind of, there's supposed to be some more Pokemon Let's Go news. I think later on this week at another expo. So we're gonna hold on and see if anything new comes that way. I mean, a lot of people are speculating that there is going to be a brand new announcement. But I don't like to get into speculations until I have something a little bit more concrete. But anyway, that's going to be it, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, do what you got to do. I'll see you on the next video.